These are the kinds of people God is looking for to birth his program. And this is the requirement if you want to see God's program birthed in your life. Number one, God is looking for men and women who truly desire to know him. God is looking for men and women who truly desire to know him. Daniel 11:32. But the people that do know their God, they shall be strong and they shall do exploits. Jeremiah 9:24. Let him that glorieth glory in this, that he understandeth and knoweth me, that I am the Lord, exercising loving kindness, judgment, and so on and so forth, and righteousness in the earth. God is looking for men who desire to know him. Please look up. How many of you know that to the degree to which you press into the knowledge of God, that is the degree to which you command power upon the earth? Power is not unconnected to your knowledge of God. Grace and peace is multiplied unto you through the knowledge of him, not just the knowledge of it. You can learn kingdom principles, but that's not the same thing as having a hunger to know him. Paul, at the zenith of his apostolic ministry, said that I may know him. Many believers are powerless and do not have capacity to fulfill God's goal for themselves, their lives, because they do not press to know him. The dimension of God you know is the dimension you reveal to your world. The dimension of God you know, listen, is the dimension you reveal to your world. If you meet a God of power, you will reveal a God of power to your world. If you meet a God of wisdom, you will reveal a God of wisdom to your world. If you meet the restorer, you will reveal the restorer to your world. Are we together? Do you know that in truth, what you call your assignment is derived from the conclusion of your encounters? So as you press into God, you will find certain things about God unique to your experience, and that becomes the template. Are we together? Yeah. For someone, for instance, who's sick, about to die, and you submit yourself to prayer, they've told you cancer stage 4, then you begin to pray, to engage, to press into the knowledge of God, and then you find Rapha. You see, when you come out of that experience, you will come up with two things. One, your own testimony. And then number two, the grace to replicate that testimony. Because it is always in your light that others see light. You know you have met God because something about your encounter should be able to be replicated in the life of others. Who is understanding me so far? The knowledge of God. When I started out my journey, believe me, I never had a desire to be a preacher. All I wanted was to know him, to love him, to live for him. And perhaps if he needed any vessel, I were available. It starts with the knowledge of God. And you see, it takes time to know anything. It takes time to know anyone. Am I right on that? The key to intimacy is the investment of time. Don't forget this. The key to building genuine intimacy is the investment of time. So I'm saying God is looking for men and women who desire to know him. This will require time. This will require consecration. Time in prayer. Time in the study of the word. Time in fellowship with the Holy Spirit. We live in a world where we are very busy, and I understand, especially for the American community, you find believers who are so busy. We have a slang, we say no time. That's a very dangerous orientation to anyone who wants to do business with God. You will always have time for what you love.